it seemed like I'm just a big old, like, I feel like I was the worst problem in that school. Like, I feel like if it wasn't for me, like, I feel like that school would be much better. That's how worse they made me feel. Like, I was just
Did they ever try to work with you at all?
Like I had this one dean, her name was like Miss DeAndres, and she, like, I met her once I got in middle school, so she started being supportive then, and like tried like talking to me, taking me out and stuff like that. Like, and I had to get taken out of class too, like so that was like embarrassing. I had to get taken out by a reading teacher or by somebody's coming to pull me out of class. So they say, "Oh, you retarded, you gotta go get extra help for your reading and stuff like that," and like, make fun of me and all that. So I stopped wanting to go to reading class. Like, I'll start going to the bathroom and hiding from my reading teacher to come take me out of class, and then I'll go back to class afterwards. I feel like it's over. So I stopped wanting to get embarrassed and pull out of class and stuff.
Makes sense.
Did you do well with your schoolwork in middle school?
I always needed like a lot of assistance with my work in school.
But you think you did pretty well, though?
Yeah, I think I did pretty well, yeah.
Did you feel like your teachers supported your learning?
Some. Neutral.
Did you feel like your teachers cared about you?
Neutral, some of them.
Did you have a solid group of friends?
Yeah.
Overall, did you have a positive middle school experience?
No, neutral.
Okay. Were you ever held back a grade? We're just going to ask general questions about school.
Held back a grade? No. My mom just started me late.
You had an IEP?
It sounds like it.
Yeah, because I had like to get help with my reading and work. Yeah.
Do you know what grade you got the IEP in? Where they did all the testing for the first time?
I think it was in 5th grade, if I'm not mistaken.
What grade were you in? Oh, 5th grade, sorry. Did you know why you had an IEP?
I think they told me because of my readings. My reading was like below in math.
Okay. What was the reason that you... What kind of support did you get when you had an IEP? Special classroom for all subjects, special classroom for some, pull-out teacher, speech teaching, extra time on tests, paraprofessional or other.
I had like kind of like both. I have pull out on some tests, and then I'll have like extra time, or like sometimes I'll even be able to have my IEP counselor like come with me and just help me work through it.
Did you have the IEP all through school?
I had it all the way up into 9th grade.
And they decertified you?
Yeah.
You felt stigmatized because you're IEP?
Yeah. I didn't want it in high school. I didn't want to because like I had a bad experience with it. So when I got to high school, I was like, I'm not going. You better not. I told them, I'm like, I'm not going. I was really rude to the person too who was coming to get me in 9th grade. So I'm stop coming to get me. I don't want your help. Like, just no.
Because socially it was hard.
Yeah, it was hard. And then people talk about you and stuff. So I just was like afraid. And I didn't want to go to that no more. So then, I'll just get help from this other lady. Her name was Shablice. Like, she was another African American lady, and she like I explained everything to her. So she was like really supportive to me. She like get tutors from me and everything. You know, I wouldn't tell nobody. Like, she was just there for me. So that helped me get through my high school years.
Were you physically isolated from other students because of your IEP?
Yeah, when I was there.
Yeah.
Like, there's just a whole group of us, like from pulled out of different classes. All together and getting help from, the subject from this one person. And most of the kids are like African American.
Right.
Did you feel like the IEP helped you?
Yeah, some parts, yeah.
Neutral, agree.
Neutral. But like sometimes it's like they do all the work for us. So when it is your time to get on your own, it's hard. Like for me right now in college, or like it's kind of hard because I don't have that extra help that I used to.
They didn't support you to transition without them, yeah.
It's okay. We're going to talk about your experience in high school. Did you only attend one high school or did you go to multiple?
One.
What was it called?
The Old McAteer. The Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Old Mac.
Oh, it's not called. That's called Academy of Arts and Sciences. Sorry.
I thought you said you went to Soda.
Yeah.
To Soda, okay.
Yeah. It's called Academy of Arts and Sciences.
Yeah. And you went there the whole time?
Yeah. From 9th to 12th grade, I graduated from there. High school diploma.
Did you have a solid group of friends?
Yeah, it started out with a solid group, ended with like, one or two. It happens.
Did you do well with your schoolwork in high school?
At first, I'm not gonna lie, I was terrible. I was getting F's all the way through. And once they started telling me that they was gonna kick me out, and like I seen how disappointed my parents was, I turned it around. I started like being a little bit more serious with school and like just doing my homework, just taking an extra step of really doing what I need to do instead of just trying to skip school and not want to go, because I didn't want to go to high school either because it was a big transition for me. I was a shy person and I did not want to open up myself and be around this big old high school. I was coming from, imagine from being someone from kindergarten to 8th grade. Now you're going to a whole new place, like new people, big people. And I was just like not happy at all. So I was just like skipping class every day, like just being a bad kid.
And going through a lot and figuring it out.
Yeah.
She just said 137. Yeah.
Did your teachers frequently kick you out of class?
Yes. Like, my whole group would get kicked out saying, we look high, or something like that. Or
do you feel they were fair? Do you think they were targeting you? Or
I feel like, because one time, like, we came, I feel like that one particular teacher always said it to us. And then eventually I felt like he kicked us out the AP class on purpose.
They kicked you out of the AP class?
Yeah, they kicked us out of AP on purpose towards the end. Like, we did a whole course. I passed it with a C. Next AP class, I get kicked out.
What was his reason?
He was saying, like, we didn't meet the curriculum. Oh, because I didn't do the summer assignment. So I got kicked out the class.
Because you didn't do a
summer assignment. A summer rewritten assignment. And kicked me out the whole AP thing for my whole 12th grade year. I was so hurt.
I'm sorry. And it sounds like you were able to do the work.
Yeah, AP English.
Were you ever suspended in high school?
Yeah. For fighting. I was suspended for fighting. I was suspended for, I was suspended for being with my friends. Oh, from being by weed, all type of stuff. Like on campus, from off campus lunch. Like they'd come over there sneaking up on people, on our crowd. But I feel like they're just picking up on us because it was just like one crowd, all African American kids, like from 9th, 12th, 11th, and 12th. Like 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, we all hanging together in this one little spot.
How many times do you think you were suspended?
About like 5 times. And then I even had to sign this paper to where they said like I wasn't going to be able to graduate if I didn't come to school on time. If I didn't, if I smelled like weed or stuff like that. I had to sign this. Just me and my group of friends had to sign this thing to this lady.
Like a counselor or something?
Yeah, her name's Miss Rodriguez.
And then what was the makeup of that school? Like the other schools, all Latino kids. What was this school?
It was like diversity, but it was still a count finger of this many people of color at the school. It was very little of us, and we all knew each other, and we all was together.
Okay, and then you said you felt targeted by people.
Yes.
If they weren't fair towards you.
Not at all.
Because of that. I'm sorry to hear that.
And
then you were never expelled, of course, yeah.
Were you ever asked to leave high school, even though you were not officially expelled?
I remember they suspended me for 5 days for this fight with this girl, and I just felt like they was just overtaking her side because, like, she was African American too, but she didn't have as much history and trouble as I did. So for them, it was like this was her first thing. So they was being very lenient to her. Like I just felt, and I went to campus one time trying to get some money. You can't be up on this campus, and you don't come back to this day. It was just being really crappy to me. Like I just felt like they was more nicer to her. I don't know.
Did they know what you were going through and stuff? Yeah,
they knew mostly the whole of my whole situation.
Did you get any special support because of it?
No. I mean, I had one counselor who pulled me out of the class and I met with, but...
But that was it. Was that helpful or not?
No. I did not like meeting with her because it switched every 6 months in high school. I had a new counselor to talk to. Irritating.
Okay.
As soon as you start getting attached to that person and opening it up to them,